Lucky there's a family guy. Lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. Hello, epic gamers. This is the guy who's gonna run Sonic 1 better than like a couple people. We're gonna yeet all over Flint's lead water crisis. Dab. Now let's stop this fat guy who probably helped poison that water. And you know what? If we yeet on him, we'll be one step closer to world peace. Now let's yeet that gag. So, Sonic 1, it's a really simple rounding game, you know. It suffers from less game syndrome, you know, where it really shows, well, this is the first game of the series. Overall, you know, a glitchless run is quite a simple run. There are no, like, complex tricks to do. It's fun thing about most classic Sonic games is, you know, they go off of in-game time rather than real time, so normally, you know, the fastest would be the score bonus. Absolutely cripples, you know, timing. Run, you know, you can go as, you know, get a time of, let's say, 18 and not have to worry about pure time. But real-time run, like, I'll be, you know, avoiding, you know, going too quick in couples, probably here in Green Hill Zone. And if you want a great, and I mean when it's glitched, check out, you know, Dr. Fatbody from a GDQ this year. That run was beautifully done. Missed that invincibility monitor for a good chunk of time. You immediately hold right and jump at the start of Green Hill 3 and try to get that invincibility. You know, smooth sailing from there. You know, just run through Green Hill, and normally eat a tree, but well, I'm like donking up a lot right now in Green Hill 3, so no invincibility for me. With the boss down, you know, it's just capsule. And, you know, despite the few, still a fairly good Green Hill 3. Normally you'd want, you know, around a glitchless run, you know, on average, but as long as you stay around, you know, 42, it's not too bad. So, Marble, you know, it's a fairly, you know, stupid zone. It's got damage boosts and, you know, lots of crushing possibilities. Overall, you know, it's the best zone in the game just because, you know, it's and movement for the most part. And, you know, tricks aplenty. Now, I'm playing it safe because, you know, I got a bit caught up, you know, on that fall there. You damage boost there, and just run right through all that lava. Damage boost off, and, well, bada boom, here you are. Wait for, normally, you know, you get that first cycle, but, I'm playing things safe, my boyos. So, with that, Marble 1 is done, with a fairly good time of 110, and we move on to one of the better zones, Marble 2. It's like Marble 1, but with a 2. So Marble 2, it's more or less the same as Marble 1. Damage boosting, you know, just more of that basic stuff that, you know, Marble's chock full of. There's really not much to say about Marble's Zone, you know, running the game, you know, unlike a casual playthrough, the zone just isn't really waiting like it's made out to be. Okay, so all that, so I'm going to play things a bit safe for this section here and grab that shield. Alright, so I grabbed those rings, you know, that's just you know, a fun little thing you can do. You don't even need to do the whole waiting thing people make this zone out to be full of. You know what they say, you gotta go fast, and I hit again. Alright, so I grabbed those rings right there just to be safe and die because I was too impatient. So if I take things safe, you know, at worst, a minute above, you know, estimate, it's better than, you know, being a, you know, like, multiple minutes above estimate, and being like, 3. So Marble 2 is really one of the... It's a very, very large run killer, because if you're going for a good time, you don't have any chances to play it safe, and, well, those chances of, you know, not playing it, you know, you miss a damage boost, and you're crushed. You miss, you know, a damage boost, and, oh, well, you die in lava now. Scrap Brain 1 as well. It's a pit that is, you know, near unavoidable as a obstacle, and oof, if you miss, you know, very precise set of jumping and timing, whoo-wee, you are going down. You're going downtown with the police and the firemen. Wahoo, bada bing, yo-hoo. So here we have, you know, Marble 3. It's really the only instance of waiting in, like, a run right there. At least in glitchless. I don't really keep, you know, too big of checks on, glitched runs too much, so, I forget if there's a, glitch to, you know, completely, like, skip over all that. Now, normally you'd, just damage boost from underneath there and, head straight over there instead of waiting for the spike platform to go down again. But I have had too many runs die from, well, trying to go fast. But, well, what can you do if you're trying to get a good time? You just gotta accept all the time loss runs for that one good run that eventually does. Oh, and, so Marble 3's boss, you know, as you can see, it's quite a simple thing, right? But to go fast is a whole nother story, because you lose every ring you have and just die. The boss, easy, you know, just go to one side to the other, you know, get a hit or two and you're done. But man, can it really be a run killer to do it fast. Because one wrong move and, well, there go all your rings. So then you have to play it carefully, or take the risk and, you know, risk your run dying. So, normally, Spring Yard 1, with those speed shoes, you, like, get to jump over the entire stage, nearly. And, well, in case you couldn't tell, I fell down because of, you know, some slightly misproper movement. And, well, I'm on the good old bottom path now. Even if you miss that jump, Spring Yard 1, quite a nice zone when it comes to a run. You know, I easily doubled my length in it by, missing that jump. But, still, it's much faster than, you know, not doing the speed choose route that you saw me do at the beginning. It's a really easy, trick, to get over that wall and stay on the top path, but sometimes I just donk it up completely and wind up, biting the dust. So Spring Yard 2, it is quite easily one of the most straightforward zones, in the run. It's just a simple run to the end. No, precise jumps or anything really. You just run to the end, let it take you by the hand, lead you to the land that it understands. So, here we are at the end. So, for a glitchless run, and as far as I know, glitch runs too, you jump here, roll, and then jump. And you're supposed to make it in that gap. I often miss it, and, it's a bit faster than going this bottom path when it comes to, Spring Yard 2. So that's Spring Yard 2. In case you couldn't tell, I beat it. Simply done, it's done. Spring Yard 3, it's another easy zone. This can be quite a difficult thing. So, the only chances you get to hit it are very precise moments where, it goes up and down bobbing, or when it, pushes down and pulls up a spike. Well, so the boss itself is, quite simple, but the only chances you get to hit it, as I said, very precise moments when it's bobbing down, and when it goes down to pull up a block from the floor. Ones, tend to have the boss done quite quickly from this monitor that I am about to grab. Well, if I didn't miss it, that is. So, grab that invincibility monitor. God. Well, this is just great. So, just wasted by playing badly. They gave me another one! Go to the boss. Wait for it to do once to actually get a chance to hit it. And, those are bottomless pits that, pulls a block. So, he's given me a very, well, I was about to say it was very pickle of, well, I just very narrowly avoided it with that last hit of mine. It's straightforward, it's kinda dull, it's an in-between zone. And here we have, Labyrinth Zone. So, Labyrinth Zone, in case you couldn't tell by now, it's the water zone of the game. Water, Sonic's worst enemy. Even worse than Dr. Egg. So, it's like, oh ho, let's send Sonic to the ocean! And Sonic was like, oh heck, the ocean? No way! So, Snock here, was like, compromise, Dr. Egg, let's go to the water park! And here we are, the water park. Most people hate this zone. I love it, it's fun. Labyrinth Zone is a fun test of skill. It's hard, but it's fair. for the most part, your fault. Boss can be quite an ass. Oh, well, pardon the, you know, that massive pit. There's a pit in specific on the fall. You fall all the way down to the start and platforming up. It's good as dead. You know, you'll just drown. If I fall, I'll be good, unless, you know, I lose my... You know, I intend to no-hit that boss. You know... Wait, go ahead and die all you want. But I, the 3... So, Labyrinth 2, you know, it's a pretty straightforward zone. It's you ever going to be at risk of drowning because of this enemy right there. You know, some fairly good bubble art. You know, even though I got hit, bubble spawn quite conveniently. Alright, these conveyors, you know, jump on down here, and... Yada boo! Good as new. It's... suck, but you know what? My heart, it was the first game I actually came to doing a speedrun of. It's definitely not the Sonic game that holds the most special place. Knuckles for, like, being the first. Alright, so I am actually gonna play it safe, because it has an annoying bit here. So, most people do Labyrinth, well, for a world record sort of run, but yet again, is quite safe, going for those 2 locations. So, go Labyrinth 3. It's much quicker. Normal run for me, it'd allow me to be 50, compared to what I'd be getting, you know, with the take, where it would give me around a 230 to 250. So, since I'm stuck on the idea of playing it safe, most people grab that. It's not a big time waste, and it gives you a whole extra hit on the boss, assuming, you know, you even get hit in the first place. So as you saw there, I got hit, so it was paying off. So this pit right where those 2, you know, spears were, that is the pit I mentioned, where if you fall down it, you're all the way back at the start of that boss. And if that happens, well, if you're going for a PB, it's just as good as a run dead, start over. But, you know, on a good run like, you know, I'm actually having right now, all things, you'll make it up, maybe take a hit or 2, you know, but, you'll make it through without any casualty like I did. So, here we have Starlight. It's often regarded as, like, the return to good levels in Sonic 1. But, I actually see it as quite the opposite. It's total drag. So, Starlight 1, it's easy to get, like, a 25 or more, you know, on Starlight 1, you know, for a PB sort of run. But as I mentioned, marathon strats, you know, marathon/race strats, where, you just ignore the time bonus, essentially. So, here we have Starlight 2. It's more or less the same old from Starlight 1. You just run, roll, and, you know, play Sonic. So, Starlight all around, like, one of the shortest zones in the game. You know, right next to Green Hill Zone. And, well, we're already at the end of Act 2, so I'll let you just enjoy the fact that, you know, we're almost done with the game. So, Starlight 3, it's another easy zone. You know, it's, yet again, more or less, more of the same. You know, Starlight, it's really just, it's free real estate. Alright, so, here we are, you know, we're already, like, most of the way through the zone. Now, I think since I haven't played in a while, I took the wrong path. You know, it all leads to the same spot, but slightly slower. Anyway, here we are, nearly at the boss. So, that's pretty much an unavoidable, take damage. Unless, you know, you get lucky and, like, the enemy unloaded. So, I'm playing it safe on the boss because, well, boy, I am not in the mood to, deal with this guy's garbo. So, normally with this boss, you'd want to, you know, get some fairly precise jumps off those, seesaws and hit him that way. But I'm a bit rusty with the game, you know, in general, so I'm not gonna bother trying to do that, since if I don't do it, you know, I lose a lot of time. Well, anyways, that's all off topic now. Starlight is, like, dead. Starlight Zone is gone. Crab Raid dance. So, here we have Scrap Brain 1. One of the last zones of the game. I am, like, donking up this part so hard. Normally, you know, you jump out of that cave, land on this first try, and then, you know, just really precise, you know, make it through all that. So, then you get up here, wait for that to, appear. Run this way. You know, Scrap Brain, it's more or less of the same yet again, but it's difficult this time, you know, fun difficult, not like, oh man, Eggman Land again? Oh, up and that's the pit. Hey, you saw the Scrap Brain graveyard. Me mateys, yar har with a bottle of rum. Well, anyways, yeah, frig. Alright. So, Scrap Brain, you know, as I said, more or less the same, you know, yet again. You know, in Glitchless Run, it's quite straightforward, you know, run to the end, you know, roll, you know, all that good stuff. So, this part, you know, is just the bane of a Glitchless Runner's existence, and as far as I know, Glitched Runners too, as far as I know, because one thing about Sonic 1 is, a lot of zones are just as quick to play glitchless. Well, the glitches in zones, you know, most times would take longer to beat the zone with than a glitchless run, so for a lot of runs, you know, in the glitch category, you know, a lot of zones would just stay, you know, glitchless. Scrap Brain 2, one of the hardest parts is, you know, right here, with some fairly precise. Not too much precision needed, but kind of precise jumps on, you know, these roller ball things. So here we are, you know, at what is essentially just a free zone, and you know, when you start running, you know, this zone can be quite the challenge, but you know, and well, get a boost off of those completely skip, you know, those invisible platforms. No act overstays its welcome at all. You know, in a glitch, in a run, that is, you know, glitchless, well not, a casual run, a lot of these zones are just gonna overstay their welcome quite a bit. But, you know, run this game and zones are nice, free freebies. To an extent, I mean, they can still donk you up quite a bit. Oh, hey, guess what? We're in Eggman's. Yeah, you'll never look at this zone the same, will ya? Eggman's with his purple urine. So, Scrap Brain 3, it's quite literally one of the most straightforward in a run. You know, it's actually one of the quickest in a glitchless run. So, Scrap Brain, well, Final Zone actually, it's got a fun trick. If you, at the start of it, just run straight forward and don't jump or anything, it starts what I know, and many others know as the final. You might think of it as a glitch, but on the Sonic 1 run boards, you know, in glitchless run, final zone manipulation, it's all Gucci. So what it essentially does is, it gives you the exact same pattern for final time, removing the entirety of a guessing game that it would normally be. So, you know, in case you need to know, time ends, you know, timing on a normal run ends as soon as the screen fades to black, you know, after defeating the boss. So you beat him, you know, he runs this way. And look, I decapitated him. And, you know, timing ends as soon as the screen fades to black. Bada book, bada boom. We defeated Dr. Egg and his evil pollution factory. You know what he produces there? He doesn't produce anything. He just produces pollution. Pollution factory. And look, it's the credits. Wait, this is Grand Metropolis. Da, 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 da.